What happens when the strongest heroes and villains clash in epic battles you've never imagined? Welcome to Mythic Battleverse, where legends collide and you decide the victor. Be part of the battle. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share your ultimate battle ideas in the comments. Let's shape the Mythic Battleverse together.
In the twilight of myth and memory, when gods still walked among mortals and the heavens trembled beneath their quarrels, a storm brewed, one that would pit thunder against strength, Asgard against Olympus, and destiny against pride. In the gilded realm of Asgard, the golden halls of Valhalla shimmered beneath the aurora-lit skies. Odin All-Father sat brooding upon the high seat of Lidskjalf, his single eye gazing into the threads of fate spun by the Norns. Their whispers carried a warning. A great battle loomed, one that would challenge the gods' very purpose and power. The All-Father summoned his son, Thor, who entered the hall clad in armor etched with runes, Mjolnir in hand. The storm god knelt before his father, his gaze steady. "Thor," Odin began, his voice grave, "a storm approaches, not born of thunderclouds but of ambition and pride. Hercules, the champion of Olympus, seeks to challenge you. This is no mere test of strength. It is a trial of destiny." Thor's grip on his hammer tightened. If Hercules seeks to measure himself against the might of Asgard, he shall find more than he bargained for. Odin's eye gleamed with wisdom and caution. "Do not underestimate him, my son. He bears the blood of Zeus and the strength of 1,000 labors. This duel will shape the balance of realms. You must fight not for glory, but for Asgard." Thor bowed his head in solemn agreement, the weight of the coming battle heavy on his shoulders. High atop Mount Olympus, where marble pillars touched the heavens and nectar flowed like rivers, Hercules stood amidst his trophies of conquest. The son of Zeus had faced the impossible and emerged victorious. Yet whispers of Thor's exploits reached his ears, igniting a spark of rivalry. Zeus descended from his throne of clouds, his presence commanding. "My son, your strength is unmatched, but beware the folly of hubris. Thor is no mere warrior. He wields the storm and carries the legacy of Asgard." Hercules smirked, his lion's pelt draped over his shoulders. "Let him wield his storm. I have held the heavens upon my back. I will prove to all who is the mightiest of the gods." Zeus frowned, but saw no stopping his son's fiery resolve. The gods of Olympus prepared to witness the contest, their intrigue as great as their unease. A neutral realm was chosen for the battle, a cosmic arena where stars burned closer and the ground shimmered like molten gold. Gods and entities from across the pantheons gathered, their forms radiant and terrible, their eyes fixed on the two champions. Thor arrived first, his steps resonating like thunderclaps. Lightning coursed through his veins, and his presence demanded reverence. Hercules followed, every movement a display of power and confidence, his club resting casually on his shoulder. The crowd murmured as the champions faced each other. Odin's ravens circled above, while the Olympian muses sang solemn hymns. The tension was palpable. From the void emerged the Fates, their forms ethereal, their voices a haunting melody that echoed through the cosmos. "This battle is no mere contest of strength," they intoned. "It is a turning point in the annals of divine power. Should Olympus falter, its light dims. Should Asgard fall, its strength wanes. Fight not for yourselves, but for your realms." Thor and Hercules nodded, their gazes unyielding. The weight of the gods' expectations bore down upon them, but neither wavered. As twilight descended upon the battlefield, the champions prepared in their own ways. Thor stood atop a high ridge, his eyes closed as he communed with the spirits of Asgard. The memories of his battles against the giants, the Midgard serpent and other titanic foes surged through him, fueling his resolve. Hercules, in contrast, trained with a ferocity that shook the ground. His blows shattered boulders, and his roars echoed like thunder. Every movement was a testament to his might and his determination to claim victory. The gods watched in silence as the two champions prepared for the clash. The stars dimmed as if the cosmos itself awaited the storm. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the battlefield, Thor and Hercules approached the center. The ground trembled beneath their steps, and the air crackled with anticipation. Thor raised Mjolnir, his voice resonating like a thunderstorm. "Hercules, son of Zeus, you seek to challenge the might of Asgard. Let us see if your strength matches your pride." Hercules planted his club into the ground, his grin unwavering. "Thor, god of thunder, the tales of your power have reached Olympus. Today they will be tested." The arena fell silent as the two gods stood mere paces apart. The clash was inevitable, their destinies intertwined in a battle that would echo through eternity. The heavens held their breath, the gods leaned forward and the realms trembled. The battle was nigh, and the storm, both literal and figurative, was about to break. The first blow was struck like the crack of a mountain splitting in two. Hercules moved with the speed of a predator, his club descending like an avalanche. Thor met it with Mjolnir, the collision erupting in a shockwave that rippled through the arena, casting gods and mortals alike into awed silence. Lightning arced wildly as Thor pushed back, his strength matched against the unyielding power of Hercules. The air grew heavy, charged with the fury of two gods locked in mortal combat. Hercules pressed his advantage, his blows relentless and brutal, each one threatening to shatter Thor's defenses. Thor's eyes gleamed with a primal fury. He retaliated with a strike of Mjolnir that sent Hercules skidding across the battlefield, leaving a trail of molten ground in his wake. Lightning followed, spearing towards the son of Zeus. Hercules dodged with inhuman agility, closing the distance in an instant to land a bone-rattling punch that reverberated through Thor's armor. Hercules's attacks came with the force of 1,000 labors. He swung his club, each impact like a thunderclap that shook the foundations of the arena. The gods of Olympus cheered, their champion's raw power on full display. But Thor was not without his own fury. Summoning a storm that darkened the skies, he unleashed a barrage of lightning that engulfed Hercules. The Olympian roared in defiance, his body glowing with the divine power of his father Zeus. He broke through the storm, his fist colliding with Thor's jaw in a blow that sent the thunder god reeling. Thor's recovery was swift. Rising from the ground, his armor cracked, but his spirit unbroken, he summoned the winds of Asgard. The battlefield became a tempest, with gales that tore through the air and lightning that blinded the spectators. "You face not just a god," Thor declared, his voice booming. "You face the protector of realms." Hercules charged, his lions, who pelt billowing as he swung his club with both hands. Thor parried with Mjolnir, the clash creating a crater beneath them. The arena trembled as the two gods exchanged blow after devastating blow, neither yielding an inch. As the battle raged, it became clear that this was not a contest of strength alone. Thor began to leverage his cunning, drawing on centuries of warfare. He feinted and countered, his strikes precise and devastating. Hercules, driven by pride and raw power, began to falter under Thor's calculated onslaught. Sensing victory, Thor channeled his full might into Mjolnir. With a roar that echoed across the cosmos, he brought the hammer down, striking Hercules with a force that shattered the earth beneath them. Hercules fell to one knee, his club slipping from his grasp. Hercules, bloodied but defiant, rose one last time. Summoning the strength of Olympus, he launched himself at Thor. But Thor, with the storm raging around him, caught Hercules mid-charge. With a final, thunderous swing of Mjolnir, Thor struck Hercules down. The Olympian lay still, his chest rising and falling with labored breaths. The battlefield grew silent as the storm subsided, leaving Thor standing tall, Mjolnir glowing with victory. The fates reappeared, their voices weaving the outcome into the tapestry of destiny. Asgard's might prevails, they declared. Olympus shall endure, but its pride is tempered, balance is maintained, and the realms are spared chaos. Thor extended a hand to Hercules, who accepted it grudgingly. "You fought well, son of Zeus," Thor said. "As did you, god of thunder." Hercules replied, "The gods departed, their cheers and whispers filling the heavens. The battle was over, but its echoes would resonate through eternity."